Welcome to Volume 2 of the Leicester City video magazine, a thrilling chapter packed with goals and full of promise. The target for manager Brian Little is promotion at the third attempt, and following the disappointment of two unsuccessful Wembley playoff finals, City's desire to reach the top flight certainly hasn't faltered.
That's a tricky corner too. Grayson turns it back in, and Agnew's header, and Speedy has turned it in.
Coming up, all the highlights from an action-packed 10-week programme, including a 3-goal thrashing of Southend that took City right to the top of the First Division.
Good ball from Ward, finds Speedy inside to Joachim. Out comes Hampton, it's in!
We'll be taking a closer look at the goal-scoring talents of England youth star Julian Joachim in a special feature on Filbert Street's Rising Star.
Coming up later on in the programme, you're going to see some more goals from myself and my lifestyle at Leicester City Football Club.
In our regular update on the changes at Filbert Street, we'll be featuring the November arrival of Welsh international Ewan Roberts. The big striker from Huddersfield Town made a dramatic impact on his debut against Wolves. While Brian Little's new look lineup continues to take shape in successful fashion, the same could also be said about the new look Filbert Street. The move towards an all-seater stadium kicked off when the Demolition Boys moved in at the beginning of May. 6 months later, the impressive new stand was in place. Behind the scenes, the building work continued, but outside, the modern construction with a capacity of 9,300 seats looked every inch a £5 million creation. A lucrative sponsorship deal meant City had called their new showpiece the Carling Stand. When it's ready, it will boast some of the best facilities of any football club in the country. And clearly the hope is that Carling Premiership football will soon be played in front of the Carling Stand.
This is a way forward, I think, in football, because people only come here once a week. We want the community and the business people to use the club 7 days a week for other things like health and fitness, restaurant use, conferencing, banqueting, seminars, this sort of thing. This is how we can make money for the football club, and long term it goes into the team.
The new Carling Stand has laid the foundations for the club's ambitious plans to become a major force in English soccer. But the real key, of course, is success on the pitch. And the question now is, can Brian Little deliver a promotion team to match these excellent facilities? We pick up the story in the Coca-Cola Cup and a second-round tie against third division Rochdale. A thumping 6-1 win in the first leg meant the outcome was already decided.
The ball almost gets bogged down. It's Milner with it. Good ball turned inside. Grayson comes splashing out. Lewis. Agnew takes a tumble. Lewis picks up the pieces. Thompson gets in a spot of bother. Ball. Oh, first time shot must be. It is. Well, Dave Lancaster gets the first goal of the night, and that comes just after 4 minutes. Thompson might have a crack. He does. Oh, hits the post. I don't know about hit the post. Almost broke the post. Studied it. Hodge dived away to his left. But the ball smacked against the post and then was hurriedly cleared. Thompson with a corner. Ormond Roy with a header. So right at the end of the first half, Ian Ormond Roy gets his second goal of the season. And both incidentally in this competition. The cross or the corner coming in from Steve Thompson, and Ormond Royd, all 6'5" of him, got up well and headed it just inside Martin Hodges' right-hand post. Doyle trying to find Reeves. Ormond Royd reads it well. Lewis, ball into Agnew. Shot comes in, took the deflection, and Hodge did well. Steve Agnew's really been causing one or two major problems for this Rochdale defence, and his shot there, I think Hodge had it covered, and then just the last minute it took a deflection and Hodge had to go the other way and made a good save. Rochdale corner, far side. Milner takes it, sweeps it in. Good strong header away by Ormondroyd. Good turn from Thackeray. Bad clearance from Doyle, straight to Lewis. And to Thompson, who got so much vision. Steve Thompson looks, spreads the ball around so well. Speedy. Agnew with a header. Hodge gets down well. Thompson with a shot. Oh, it took a deflection. And the crowd behind the goal thought, in fact, that it had crept in at the near post. Graham with a cross. Leicester away with Philpott. Up with Joachim. G's run offside. Joachim tries to thread it through. Sean Reid finds Milner. Wide on this near side to Stewart. Good cross far side. It doesn't reach Andy Flounders because Neil Lewis, backpedaling well, gives away the corner. Thompson, he's only got Joachim there. Now it's a one-on-one situation. Philpott screaming up on this near side. Oh, Joachim skips past his man. Shot comes in. Oh! What more can you say? Brian Little stands up and shakes his head in disbelief almost. But with a one-on-one situation, Julian Joachim was always going to be best. And with Philpott in the middle, he decided to have a go, and from just on the edge of the box, almost burst the back of the net.
A narrow victory on the night, but City were through in emphatic style. 8-1 on aggregate. 10 days after the Coca-Cola Cup winning as Rochdale came a top-of-the-table clash with promotion rivals Charlton Athletic at the Valley. Mike Whitlow is back in place of Neil Lewis.
The pitcher's got Grant just in front of him. Scotty, good ball. Darren's got some space here to cross. He's going right to the byline, going to pull it back. It's well tackled by Steve Agnew. Another corner, it's Charlton's fourth. Shows the pressure. They've had 4, Leicester's had 2. Charlton crowd getting behind them for this corner. 30 minutes gone. There's Lee Burney's there. Oh, it's there. Yes. It's gone in. It's Phil Chappell. He scores another one. Chappell is scoring some goals from these set pieces. Ball knocked back in. He was at the far post. Came off a Leicester head, and there he was, Phil Chappell, to put the first one in. 31 minutes the first half. Phil Chappell. Charlton have won it. Robinson crossing, there's no one there. Nelson was in the middle. Grant was at the far post. That's well watched by Steve Brown. Still with Oldfield though, here's McCleary. And Brown again, well played Brown. Well, 1-2 there will be nice, that's the ball. Nelson, he's got McCleary inside him. What's Alan McCleary doing here? Coming forward. It's not quite going to make it. It's going to fall to John Robinson. Saved by the keeper, and Hill held again. That sort of opening though should have scored a goal. That's what Charlton needed, and now Leicester are coming away. Charlton needed to put that one away. They've had two clear chances this half. Steve Brown had one he should have put away, and Joe Robinson should have put that away there as well. Charlton make a substitution. I think it's going to be for Colin Walsh. I think his ankle's gone again. And they've scored. Well, it's all going on. Leicester have scored. Agnew has nipped in and put it past Charlton. It's gone from one end to the other. Charlton defence asleep. Midfield hasn't come back. And Steve Agnew has slipped in and scored in the 86th minute. Charlton need that one. It's Kim Grant. He's got it inside of Whitlow. And has he been brought down? Yes, it's a penalty. He'd gone round. He had gone round Whitlow. The ball had gone past him. Grant was there, and Whitlow brought him down. Whitlow's gone over to complain to the referee. Well, Grant had gone inside. He went round Whitlow. Whitlow went for the ball. The ball had gone away and Grant came down. The referee was there and he's given a penalty. Darren Pitcher to take the penalty. 4 minutes of normal time. And he's there. Drives it straight past the keeper's hands. "86 minutes.
Victory for Charlton put the South London side level with leaders Tranmere Rovers. City, meanwhile, stayed 4 points off the top in 4th position. The Sunday showdown with Nottingham Forest attracted Filbert Street's biggest gate of the season so far, a bumper crowd of nearly 18,000.
Lewis. Oldfield comes into the game. Thompson. Good football this by Leicester. Joachim. The cross by Grayson. Ormonroyd coming in on the back post. Pearce gets it away to Oldfield. Well, he scored some really spectacular goals in his career, David Oldfield. And he wasn't far off with that shot.
I must confess, when this one dropped down at him and he chested it out, it's a lovely little bit of link-up play there by Joachim again. Good early ball in. Partial clearance. I thought Ormonroyd might have got on that. Partial clearance here from Stuart Pearce. Now this is calm, and I must admit, when he pulled the trigger then I thought that was going to go right in the back of the net. But a good piece of attacking play from Leicester.
On the day we lost the hour on the clock, it looks as though winter started in earnest.
I think winter started in August. I don't know about in earnest.
Well, you should never worry. You always manage to find the sunshine somewhere, don't you?
I could do with a little bit up here, pal.
Here's Collymore. Oh, that's a great effort by Collymore. Splendid work there on by the big man.
Yes, he did well. It's not his best side, his right foot, but he can weigh in on that side. But he does have a hunger for goals, which is understandable considering the vein he's in at the moment.
Yes, 8 in 7 games for him, the last 7. Here goes Oldfield. Lewis. It's exciting, this young lad, when he goes forward like this. Oh, it's a tremendous run. And it took a very fine tackle by Chettle to stop him.
Oh, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Picked up the pace, picked up the square ball here and attacked. He went like a bomb. That's brilliant. No defender in the world, whatever level they are, likes being attacked with by a pace player running at them.
He really forced the issue there, didn't he, Lewis? And forced the corner. That's a tricky corner too. And Grayson turns it back in, and Agnew's header, and Speedy has turned it in. Half an hour gone, the captain has an injury, but his side have taken the lead. David Speedy's goal.
Yes, and thoroughly deserved. I mean, we could sense a goal was coming. Good ball in. They've changed the tactic a little bit on this one. Thompson, he's hit a deeper corner. They're getting each other's way, but they're speedy, a predator, yard off the keeper. That's a good area to be on corner kicks when the ball's bobbling about. Just in front of the keeper, because it's amazing how many things fall down just in front of the keeper.
David Speedy's 8th goal of the season. He's top scorer here. He got a couple in the last home game against Notts County, and that was, as Ron perfectly described it, a real predator in action there. Hill finds Speedy. He's playing well as well. Speedy leading the line very well. Here's Joachim. Cooper gets it clear. Phillips for Nottingham Forest. Only about half a minute of the first half remaining. And certainly Whitlow has hardly put a foot wrong at the back for Leicester so far. Played at left back and centre back this season, Mike Whitlow. Here's Joachim. He needs a bit of help here. Cooper breathing down his neck. Did well. Agnew. Turned in towards Speedy. Pearce gets it clear. Good defending in the nick of time. But still, Leicester press. Grayson. And again Grayson. Headed away by Laws to Ormonroyd. That was a chance.
Oh, that was a glorious opportunity, wasn't it? Coming off the back of some more good build-up play from Leicester. Good little standing ball there. You see Laws can't quite get enough on it. No, big sticks there falling on his left foot. It maybe came down a little bit too slow for him.
And that's a foul by Grayson on Stone. Free kick to Nottingham Forest. And Rosario has not gone down, but he's holding his leg again inside the penalty area, and he's not a happy bunny. I think he might have to come off soon. A strange free kick, wasted, but they can try again. Black. Rosario's just limping now. He's virtually a passenger. And I think Forest have got a difficult decision to make in a moment or two. They couldn't half do with the goal now. Collymore got round Ormonroyd and into the box, and a great effort. My word, that would have been a spectacular goal.
Oh, the big man's desperately unlucky there, isn't he? As you say, he gets past Ian Ormonroyd, just drags it past him, and then he does Agnew coming in, he just rolls him. Little spotter's badge here, a little flip above the keeper, bounces off the crossbar. That would have been a super piece of front play.
And it goes towards Webb. Bit of a dying swan act by Webb inside the penalty area. But Forest keep the period of pressure going here. In a desperate hurry to get the ball, and the ball boy's not in a desperate hurry to give it them back. Phillips knocking it into Collymore. Collymore's done well. Webb! That might have been the moment Forest drew level.
I must confess, the moment Stan Collymore set it up for Webb, I mean, it's a nice ball. He does brilliant here, Collymore. Checks to go on with it, shapes a nice little ball into Webby's path. And the one thing Webby's still got is he's got good feet. I fancy Webby to score there, I must confess.
Brian, obviously a very important win for you, but there were some close shaves for you in the second half.
Yeah, it's a tough game. I mean, you know, Collymore's such a handful, really. I mean, we were always worried every time he got the ball. I think the problems we've had defence in the last couple of weeks, I'm just pleased to have kept a clean sheet against them. I think, you know, young Neil Lewis coming in for a game like this is tremendous performance, and Michael Whitlow and Colin Hill have been up against it, but they've worked hard, and I think it's been a great game, and 1-0 probably doesn't justify both sides. I think the 2-2 maybe might have been more fair, but whatever, as I said before the game, if we win, we'll be delighted however it happens.
Victory over Forest to put City back in the top four of the First Division's race to join the Premiership. In the Coca-Cola Cup, the third round draw had dealt Brown Little's promotion hopefuls a plumb tie at Old Trafford.
Keane, the Russian again, and that's a deflection, and that's a corner. Mike Whitlow won't be too pleased with his attempts to clear the ranks there. And it's another corner. Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister make their towering way forward. There are some targets to aim for. It's deep towards Pallister, and the header from Bruce, and the combination of the two centre-halves works. Oh, well. I've mentioned the two of them. Maybe Leicester hadn't thought of them. Pallister at the back, Bruce just inside the near. Easy. And Joachim, just a cushioned header. A young man with a heck of a future, and Leicester would rather have eased him into his career. Well, talking of easing in, here's a real opportunity. Speedy caught by Schmeichel outside the area. What's the action going to be? Well, Schmeichel gesturing, what did I do? Speedy was caught outside the area. There's no question of that. But the colour of the card could be interesting. Well, out of absolutely nothing, United will not be down to 10 men. It's just a booking. Speedy probably adjudged to be going away from goal. And Schmeichel is not penalised for the professional foul that may have warranted a red card. Free kick. Steve Thompson hits it. Offside? No! Not offside. Well, the flag didn't go up, and Simon Grayson nearly gave Leicester an equaliser. United players all looked disbelieving that there was no offside flag here. Hughes, sharp, brilliantly done. Oldfield tried to stop him, it'll reach McClare, 2-0. Was never going to reach its intended target, and United come away, and Andrei Kanchelskis, and look at him go. He has support. Mark Hughes, here's Hughes, thinks about what to do, finds Lee Sharp, no offside, 3-0. And the scoring streak for Lee Sharp continues. Roy Keane, out to the left is Mark Hughes, out to left also is you-know-who, and here he goes. It's a lovely ball in, McClare, Hughes on the line, 4-0. Welcome to the game, Ryan. One Welshman to another, thank you very much. Loitering with intent. And it's teed up for Hill, straight into the wall, second attempt, in the net, no, won't count, offside flag. Well, the flag was up, and I thought the referee had gestured to him. When he's going over to speak to the linesman, I thought that the referee had disallowed the goal, to be honest. There's a conversation going on, and the result is that the goal stands. Peter Schmeichel thinks it's a free kick, but, well, let's have a look. Surely it was for offside that the flag was waving away. Yes, two of them, actually. And the ball was smashed into the goal. The linesman was flagging. Schmeichel saying that that's what the case was. The referee obviously thinks that although offside may have been the case, it wasn't interfering with play. And Colin Hill's goal will stand, and it'll be 4-1. Giggs doesn't mind a little race, and Grayson helps him to the floor with illegal methods. Inside the last 5 minutes. Waiting for Bruce to make his sortie forward. There's Bruce! It's a good job they waited.
City had finished up well beaten by the country's leading side. It was a ruthless taste of the heights they had to aim for. Meanwhile, the battle for the right to join United in the big time continued against Luton Town at Kenilworth Road.
Harper drags that one inside, gets a good shot in. Well, he tanked it well enough, just didn't quite get the direction. Comes out to Gary Mills, good cross in from Mills. Ormonroyd with the header, didn't quite get over that. A good opportunity there for Ian Ormonroyd. On there by Peake, trying to set it up for Peake. Shot comes in over the top. Still no score here then. As we move into the 38th minute, corner for Leicester City. Julian Summer under pressure there, didn't get it away at all. Handball. The referee's pointed to the spot. Kerry Hughes, the offender, I'm sure. The header came in from Simon Grayson. There's a little bit of a argy-bargy going on there, but a penalty it is. You see that one again. Julian Summer got his palm to that one, didn't really get hold of it. A header coming back again from Grayson, and up went the arm from Kerry Hughes. So a chance here for Steve Thompson, who's converted twice from the penalty spot this season so far. Can he make it a third here? Thompson up against Summer. 1-0. Beautifully taken. I think we'll see that Sommer went, well, he waved his arm to the right, but then dived the other way, and he chose wrong. It's over the top for Joachim to chase. Joachim under pressure here from John Dreyer. Joachim still in possession. Gets in the cross, it's a good one. Speedy's there, 2-0. A magnificent goal there for David Speedy. The goalkeeper didn't come, and the defence here in two minds, but Speedy wasn't. He reacted straight away and pushed the ball into the net.
The reward for City's fourth away win of the season was a place in the top two. It meant Brown Little's men kicked off the month of November in their highest position of the season. Not surprisingly, there were no changes for the Tuesday night trip to Grimsby.
So 9 minutes of the game gone, no scorers yet. Foul given on Mark Lever by David Speedy. And I think we've got to congratulate the man who sold Rowley Godfrey this tie. But Rowley.
Well, Graham Rodgers loved it. Anyway, you know, going back to tonight's match, John, did you notice when we was attacking there was 10 Leicester players behind the ball? That'll do. Oh my word. I'll tell you what, Leicester have been our bogey team for years and years and years. That deserved a goal, John.
Well, it sat up for Livingstone and he absolutely whacked it one. Great effort. Done well. Tony Ford again this time. It wasn't a good cross though. Well played by Jim Dobbin, good play. Still Tony Ford, it's tight. Mendonca. Still Clyde Mendonca. Now off the chest, lays it back. Shot comes in. Oh! Just wide. I think Jim Dobbin was the man with it.
On the night when Derby, Palace and Tranmere all won, 2 points lost at Grimsby meant City has slipped to 5th place in the First Division. At home to Southend, Brown Little's hotshots were back to their best.
Good ball from Ward, finds Speedy inside to Joachim. Out comes Sampson, it's in! Well, that was so quick and so precise. A long clearance from Gavin Ward. Speedy brought it down, flicked it inside. Joachim held off a challenge from Bressington. And as Sampson came off his line, Joachim's shot took a deflection, but still nestled in the back of the net. Good long clearance from Ward. Hit sideways to Mills. Oh, a lovely turn from Joachim. Clips it in. Thompson with a shot. Sampson saves it with his knees. Hill forward, a good run from Oldfield. Can he make it two? Yes, he can! Oh, it's a lovely run from David Oldfield. One had thought the move had broken down, but Whitlow clipped it forward. Oldfield made a strong, powerful run from midfield, picked it up just inside the area, and as Sampson came off his line, so he poked it wide of the keeper into the far corner. "14 minutes to go. Leicester sitting just a little uncomfortably on this 2-0 lead at the moment. Oh, good challenge from Speedy, and Joachim's all alone. That must be a penalty. Well, there was no doubt about that. Dreadful mistake at the back by Gary Poole. Speedy let him through. Joachim was all alone, and Poole had really no alternative but to pull him down. So Steve Thompson, with 4 goals already this season, three of them from the penalty spot, now has the opportunity to make it 3-0. Without any trouble at all. And that surely is the end for Southend United.
With 14 matches gone and 2 games in hand, City had finally made it to the top of the table.
We're up there now. How much difference does that make, being up there early on?
Well, I think you play every game to win and get the maximum points, and I think we did that last season. We played it early on to win and be up at the top, but we couldn't do it. We weren't good enough to get the wins that we didn't get, and but now we've got a good start, and every win you get now is a bonus. See you later. Yeah. Take care. Oh, I thought you Birch again.
Yeah. So obviously the feeling in the camp at the moment is they're up for it at the moment, aren't they? Really, the boys.
Well, we're in a very good position now. We've just got to make sure that we keep winning. That's the only answer. I mean, there's a long way to go. Things can happen, but we're in a very good position, and we've got to keep winning. That's it.
Obviously, something you hadn't anticipated. But what's it like sitting on the sidelines?
Well, it's great when we win, but it's frustrating really watching games. When I feel like I could be out there. But I know I've got to accept the injury that I've got. But I'm just glad the team's winning and doing well.
Are you able to do anything off the field in terms of helping Brian and the boys?
No, not really. I can't do a thing really with they get on with their side of it. Unless you're a part of the team playing, on a Saturday, you're just not involved. And I think that's the same at every club. But I'm still urging the lads on in my own way.
The trip to newly promoted Stoke City came just at the wrong time. It was Joe Jordan's first match in charge at the Victoria Ground, and the home side were determined to impress their new manager.
But before the game in the tunnel area, he was asking us what we knew about Joachim. He was obviously quite worried, and I'm sure he'll be pleased at the way he's coped.
Shot coming in. Oh, and the goalkeeper misses it completely. And Nigel Gleghorn scores a goal completely out of nothing, and I suppose it could be put down as a fluke. No danger at all. Picked it up, 30 yards away? Skidded off the ground, and you have to feel for the poor old goalkeeper. But Stoke City score a goal just a minute before half-time. What a vital time to score, Jim.
Well, we've seen both sides willing to shoot a little bit more in the last few minutes, and I think the keeper's got that all wrong. Gleghorn was quick onto the defensive header, just beat Oldfield to the ball, took it on his chest, was always going to get a shot, and he volleyed it superbly, just bounced in front of the keeper. Now I think the keeper myself should have judged that a little bit better. You can say it was a bad bounce, but that's got to be a mistake.
Mills. Oldfield. Can Leicester pull one back? Let's liven things up a little bit. No. Foley. Seconds ticking away in this first half. What a tonic for Joe Jordan's team. Thompson going in very strongly, but unfairly. Into injury time now.
Stoke will take all of the time that they can before the cuppa. Nigel Gleghorn, much travelled player, giving them a great start. Now here's another chance. Will it be 2? Ward, well, Ward got in the way of it and made up for that mistake of a moment ago. That was a much better chance than the goal.
Yeah, the fullbacks completely misjudged the flight of the ball. Overson took it well. He could have possibly placed it at the far post, went for power, and that's a good save from the keeper.
A surprising end to City's unbeaten home record. The first defeat at Filbert Street for 10 months. A fortnight after going top of the table, the boys were now back in 6th position.
5 minutes to go to half-time. Good turn from Joachim, but couldn't go past Elliott. So Whitlow's having a go. Good ball from Beecham. Good running from Byrne, but he's on his own at the moment. Cusack coming up in support. So is Magilton. Cross comes in, not a good one. Oldfield up with Mills. Good running from Joachim. Gets pulled down, penalty. I don't think there was any doubt that it would be a free kick, but it was difficult to see from up here whether it was inside or outside the area. But the referee, who was right up with the play, had no doubt it was inside. So Steve Thompson, with 4 penalties to his credit this season, now has the opportunity to put Leicester in the lead with 3 minutes to go to half-time. Does it easily. Whitehead away to his right. Thompson buries it to his left. And Steve Thompson gets goal number 6. And Leicester, perhaps a little fortuitously. Jim Magilton, Northern Ireland international. Up to Chris Allen. Rogan with the throw, but a bad one, straight to Grayson. And his distribution, not the greatest. Cusack, Allen. Good little ball inside to his captain. Back with Robinson. Still has it. Elliott. Magilton. Moving the ball forward well. Cusack still has it, might have a go from there. Spreading it wide on the far side. Rogan will sweep it in. The header comes in, a beautiful goal. That really was a classic. The cross on the far side, coming in from Rogan. Deep penetrating cross. The Leicester defence backpedaling, and there was Cusack with a classic centre forward header. Hurried clearance from Whitlow, not a good one. He wasn't under any real pressure. Ball back with Magilton into Byrne. Threads it through to Allen. Oh, and Ward blocks it and Hill gets it off the line. And it's a corner. And Leicester looking a little bit shaky. So 15 minutes of this second half gone. And it's really been all Oxford in the second half. And they've now got a free kick in a very dangerous position. Magilton is over the ball with Beecham. The referee lining the wall up. Ward says it's right. Beecham curls it straight into the wall. Oxford corner. Jilton will take it. Rogan's gone to the near post. Deep. The header, goal, and it's in! The header came in from Byrne. Point blank save from Ward. And Anton Rogan following up from no more than a yard out, almost burst the net. Thompson and Philpott are over the ball. The referee wants the ball back. Mills lurking. And it's going to be Philpott, I think. He'll take it. Yes, it is. Curls it in. And Whitehead kept his eye on the ball and turned it over the top. Oldfield. Urgency from Mills, finds Thompson. Mills again, sweeps it in. Whitehead comes, loses it. Whitlow, oh, it's in! What tragedy for Oxford. What delight for Leicester. A deep swinging cross coming in on the right from Gary Mills. Whitehead went for it, lost it. Oldfield couldn't get it. It came back to Whitlow. Left foot shot, took a deflection. And Leicester are back in the game with 9 minutes to go. Good header from Whitlow. Fine ball from Ward. Allen, who really has been a thorn in the Leicester side all afternoon. Still has it. Which way is he going to go? Finds Dyer. Oh, he's done it! Disaster for Leicester. The substitute scores with 4 minutes to go. So what a... Dennis Smith will be saying to himself, what an inspired substitution that was. Allen it was who did all the donkey work. And Dyer had a tremendous amount of time and space, and he picked his spot. So what can Leicester do now? Thompson to Grayson. Pumps it in. Smith! Oh, he's missed it! Goodness me!
A surprising end to City's unbeaten home record. The first defeat at Filbert Street for 10 months. A fortnight after going top of the table, the boys were now back in 6th position.
They've come here, played very well today, I thought. We've had an off day, there's no doubt about that. And they've got 3 points they deserved.
I think for the first time this season, the fans just started to get a little bit irritated near the end. Did that spread through onto the pitch?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously the crowd are going to get frustrated. We're sitting at the top of the league, but you know everybody's got to understand that we've got no given right to win a game. We've got to work hard. It was nice sitting on top of the league, but you know it's a long season. It's only November. There's a long way to go till May, and you know we haven't won the league in November. You've got to keep going.
Very disappointing, and particularly you know at home today to have conceded 3 goals. I can't remember the last time we did that at home. That's disappointing for everybody.
Let's talk about the club in general, if we may, certainly as far as the ground development is concerned. Are you pleased with the way it's going?
Well, we've got another month and a half probably of builders on the premises, I would say. Looks like being the middle of January before everything's totally and completely finished. But I mean, we've managed to get the extra seats open for the family and the membership enclosure today, and we're delighted with that.
And also a spot for the disabled people, that must please you as well.
Well, it hasn't been easy. The safety committee haven't allowed us to provide these positions before today, and we're delighted to have done so. There will be some more with the lifts attachments. When the lift goes in, then there will be some more available as well.
After these last two defeats, obviously some of the cynical supporters are going to say, are you going to spend some money to buy players? What's the situation with that? Is money available?
There's always been money available and continues to be money available. I think it's fair to say that we've conceded 3 goals today, and most people think we need to send forward. So, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, aren't they?
Brian Little's reaction was to move into the transfer market. Welshman Ewan Roberts, a player Little had watched for some time, was the new recruit. A £300,000 buy from Huddersfield Town, Roberts was destined to make an immediate impression. The 6-foot 3-inch striker filled the gap left by Steve Walsh's long-term injury. A post-war record of 34 goals for Huddersfield 2 seasons earlier confirmed the potential of the 25-year-old Welsh international. They've joined Leicester City at an exciting time. They've reached the playoff final twice, and this time, once again, they're in the running for promotion. You feel you're here at the right time?
I think we've got a great chance. We've got a great squad of players. It's a big squad, so the competition's quite big in the club to get places in the team. And I think we can go on better this year, and hopefully we won't need the playoffs.
You've got that little enlarged combination with David Speedy. How do you find playing with the little fella there?
I'm really enjoying it. I mean, he's a fiery character, but he's such a nice fella off the pitch. Obviously, he gets round up on the pitch, but I mean, he's a winner, and I think he'll make me a better player.
What sort of player is it, Ewan Roberts?
I think I'm direct, to be honest. If you play the ball up to me, I'll get hold of it. I'll win balls in the air. I'll bring other people into the game, and hopefully I can create a few goals as well as score them.
Roberts made the right kind of impact on his debut against Wolves, but not until the big spenders from Molineux had given City another fright.
Free kick then, about 30 yards, direct kick this one, taken by Cook. Oh, and that bounced agonisingly close to that post. Gavin Ward had it covered, but a good effort from Cook. Birch over the top, trying to get David Kelly away, and Kelly going in. Ward's clearance ricochets away, bounces out to the left there. Will be sent in again by Kevin Keane. Good ball in, flicked on, there's Bull! Bull scores! 1-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Inside to Steve Thompson. No way forward at the moment for Leicester. They're trying to draw the Wolves defence out. This is Gavin Ward, making his 20th appearance of the season. Speedy, couldn't control it. Back again it comes, and Cook clips it through. Bull on the run. Brian Carey trying to catch him, but Bull forces his way through. Sheer power there for Steve Bull. 2 goals for him in 4 minutes. Trying to knock it through there. Picked up here by Mark Venus. 61 league games for Leicester City, did Venus. Thompson. Picked up by Steve Agnew. Agnew finding Mills on the right. Good cross from Mills, in comes Roberts. Brilliant header there from Ewan Roberts. A goal on his debut match here at Filbert Street. And that's put Leicester back into this game. Nicely weighted pass there. A good cross coming in from Mills. And Ewan Roberts, a powerful finish from him. 2-1. Leicester trying to utilise this space on this right-hand side. Grayson didn't quite get enough air under that one. Shot coming in. Speedy can't collect it. And Paul Cook brings it away for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Keane. Again, the ball in for Kelly. Kelly, another former ex-City player. Steve Agnew looking a little bit pained over that one. Long kick coming from Ward. Leicester Leicester still in control. Agnew wanted it short, but it's played long out to this right-hand side again. Mills, good cross from Mills again. Roberts coming in at the far post. Oh, it hits Speedy on the shoulder. Roberts follows up. 2-2. What a start to Ewan Roberts' career with Leicester City. 2 goals for him. Good cross this from Mills. Roberts got the first header and it hit Speedy on the shoulder. He was trying to head that one in, but what a good follow-up by Ewan Roberts. 2-2 then, and still anyone's game. Agnew getting it back to Mills again. Thompson once more switching the point of attack, picked up by Neil Lewis. Ball coming in, a chance here, oh, missed from 3 yards by Ewan Roberts. He was on a hat-trick there, and that probably the easiest opportunity he's had of the afternoon, but he got his body weight the wrong side. Mills again. Nicely clipped in for Roberts again. Good header, great save by Mike Stowell.
A spirited fight back had ended City's losing run, thanks to debut hero Ewan Roberts. Nonetheless, just 1 point from a possible 9 has seen the loss of valuable ground at the top.
All players dream about scoring on their debut. Is that have you always made a habit of scoring on your debut?
Not really. I've never scored on my debut before, and to get 2 for Leicester against Wolves, it was absolutely superb. I mean, it takes a bit of time to settle down, but those 2 goals have helped me immensely.
Just 4 weeks after a home win over high-flying Southend, the league computer had matched City with a return contest at Roots Hall. For Southend boss Barry Fry, it was his final match in charge before a controversial move to Birmingham.
They've really done well to establish themselves in the First Division, having come up 2 seasons ago. Last season was a settling-in period, and this year they're up to 4th. Leicester 7th. Here's Powell. Still there. Nudges it back. There might be a shot here coming in, and it's a cracking effort it was from Gridley. A man who's never scored a goal in league football, and that was worthy of one.
It certainly was. It was a great strike and also an excellent save. Here we see Powell coming in from that left-hand side on his favourite left foot there. Nice little layoff there. On comes Gridley. Good shot and good athletic goalkeeping there by Gavin Ward to get hold of that.
It's Leicester's best chance so far. And Thompson will hit it through, straight at the keeper, who falls bravely on to Speedy, followed through. And we've seen all this before, haven't we? Incited by Speedy's reaction, 3 or 4 Southend men came piling in. Well, as he said on television last week, he's not the most popular man around.
No, he's not, no. Paul Sanson drops it. To be fair, the ball is there to be had by David Speedy, and he's gone in. Sanson's got down it very quickly, and he's just toppled over the top of him. I don't think there was anything malicious in that. That's David Speedy. That's a good striker, following in, hoping goalkeepers make mistakes.
To be honest, Ray, I didn't even think it was a free kick. Now here's Otto. Straight from one end to the other. Oh dear, it's sliced not more than 6 inches wide of that upright, I fancy. With Jones coming in too.
Yep, and it's Ricky Otto there, prepared to try his luck. But Gavin Ward, he had it well covered, I think. He sort of marshalled that pass. He knew where it was going.
Goes the long ball again. Carey's head knocks it away as far as Mills. Payne's won it. Otto's offside. Can we have a pocket calculator? And Southend are going to make a double substitution. 11 is Brett Angel, 9 is Gary Jones, and their replacements will be Jason Lee and Tommy Mooney. Comes Tommy Mooney, the former Scarborough striker. Got a lot of goals up there on the East Coast. Nobody's got one here today. There's Agnew as well. And the cross-in is a deep one, and there are plenty of Leicester men in here. Speedy looking for it. Thompson, disappointing finish once more. Steve Thompson, who got in there, had a clear sight on goal, but it's still 0-0, and we can hear again from Barry Fry.
Barry, what's your thinking behind the substitutions?
Well, I'm getting nowhere up front. Brett Angel, Gary Jones, they're running offside too much, so I've put 2 fresh front runners on, and hopefully we'll pass the ball about. They're passing the ball about more than us at the moment, and if we ain't careful, they'll get well on top and get in front.
I can say there's more stoppages in this game than the A127 coming to Southend.
It must be a real boring game. I mean, you know, both ends, as soon as somebody goes forward, it's, as you say, a free kick, and it's boring. Boring to watch for me, so Christ knows what it's like for the punters sat in an armchair.
Thanks, Barry.
Powell has made a tremendous run, and sorry, Lewis it was, and then Philpott. West nods it into the path of Mills. Roberts up towards Speedy, headed out. Chance now for Agnew. Speedy's calling for it. Here's David Speedy, offside. Well, it just seems we're destined not to have a goal today. But let's hope. 23 minutes left. Midway through the second half.
Well, it's Agnew who has shown a little bit of class in this game. Good through ball, but Speedy, yet again, an offside position.
Thompson, and Speedy's onside this time for once. Now Philpott. Leicester just beginning to get on top for the moment. And it's Southend, the home side, who are relying on breaks. Philpott, 3 men in the middle. Here's one of them. Oh, and a save from Sansom, from Gary Mills, that keeps it level.
That was an excellent save from Sansom. A good build-up by Leicester City there. And when the ball eventually came into the box, he certainly had to be quick on his feet to just reach back and tip it over the top.
Short free kick from Powell was to Lee. Loses his footing. Feels for a handball or anything. The cute back heel didn't come off either, so it's Leicester's turn. It really is that sort of a game. It's just going from one end to the other. Without much tangible reward. Pressington finds Payne, and then Mooney, and then Otto. Otto's ball, it is useful, and here's Lee! Is that over the line from Lee? No, a miraculous escape. Well, I thought we really had broken the deadlock there. Seemed certain to cross the line from Jason Lee, but Leicester got enough bodies around to keep the ball from crossing the line.
Well, it really was an incredible clearance, wasn't it? A good ball to the back post again by Otto. There's Lee. It's got to be in the net, but somehow Whitlow gets it away there. That really was an incredible clearance.
Agnew just finds Speedy. And is Philpott onside? He is. Philpott's got goal side of Powell this time, and Philpott tries to do something, tries to create space for a shot. And in the end, it's a goal, is it? No, it's offside again. It's the second time. It's Agnew now. The ball has ended in the Southend net. And each time, the linesman's flag has denied Leicester City.
Here we see it there. Yes, Agnew definitely in an offside position there. Took it away very nicely, but unfortunately he's a yard offside when he received the ball.
Mooney to Otto, away he goes, away from Mills. The ball in wasn't bad, but it was met, and Payne turns it back for Powell to hoist another one up there, and Lee is the tallest man in that area. He's done quite well. The keeper's struggling. Payne comes in, short off the line again. Well, that's twice. The first time Whitlow got it off the line, and on this occasion it's Gary Mills doing the job for Leicester.
Yes, and I don't think that Brian Kerry's too pleased with his keeper there trying to catch that ball. I think really he had to punch it. There were so many players around him.
Otto off the line, and again they're looking to see if it crossed the line. It didn't. Barry Fry on that touchline, urging his side on, looking for that one elusive strike. But at the moment it seems as though there's a magic charm in the Leicester net, keeping the ball out. The crossing is good again. Spectacular diving header from Mills. What a different game it is to the one we had earlier. Free kick. Oh, and Speedy and Payne, not the best of friends. And Payne appears to hit Speedy in the face. And he's overreacted to the Scots challenge. And Derek Payne ushered away by the arm of Philip Don. And I fancy Derek Payne has got a red card. He's had to go for that. And Southend are reduced to 10 men for the last 8 minutes because of this rash reaction of Derek Payne's. Yet again, it's David Speedy who's involved, but it's Payne who gets the red card.
A lively finish to a contest that was largely forgettable. City didn't have time to capitalise on Southend's reduction to 10 men. 2 home matches in the space of 4 days began with the midweek clash with promotion rivals Crystal Palace.
It's a magnificent view that one does get from up here, seeing play develop. But at the same time, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to pick out individuals. But fortunately, from our point of view, visitors Crystal Palace, numbering on their shirts, crisp and clean. And it's Palace at the moment attacking. And a misplaced ball on the far side to Lewis. Good ball through the middle to Philpott. And he finds Speedy. Clips it in. Oh, it's over the top. Well, 45 seconds gone. A magnificent move out of defence. Thompson to Philpott, through to Speedy. Nigel Martin off his line to narrow the angle. And David Speedy did everything right, but put the ball in the back of the net. So it's a Leicester free kick. Thompson will take it. Whitlow's got up on the edge of the box. Roberts is there as well. Swept in, turned by Roberts. And Palace come away. Good ball inside. Picked up by Williams. Armstrong's there as well. Williams might have a go. He does. Oh! That hit the top of the bar. Ward was struggling to get there. Williams making space for himself. Cracked it in from 25 yards and it clipped the top of the bar. It sometimes happens, doesn't it, that when conditions are dreadful, and I think that's the only word that one could describe them out there tonight, the football does tend to become exciting, perhaps more so from mistakes that people make than actual constructive football. But having said that, there hasn't really been a mistake made so far tonight. All the excitement has come from football that's been constructive. Mills, Leicester captain, threads it up to Roberts, shields it well. Out to Joachim. Speedy. To Thompson. Joachim's clear. Shot comes in. Oh, and it's brilliantly saved by Martin. And then turned behind from Young. And I beg his pardon, it was Neil Lewis and not Julian Joachim. Lovely ball from Thompson. A mistake by Shaw. Shot from Lewis. Martin blocked it. And Young cleared it. Slice clearance there from Ward. Gets away with it. Good intelligent ball from Lewis. The reason Philpott wasn't after it was because Richard Shaw had got hold of his shirt. And I thought for a minute the referee wanted a word, but he decided against it. So Thompson will take the free kick. Roberts will flick it on. Speedy, Joachim's there. Still there. Oh, and it's turned behind. No, it isn't. Well, it looked as if Martin had made the save. Well, I was talking a minute ago about mistakes, but it was Eric Young who missed his clearance. Joachim forced wide, got the shot in, and certainly it appeared that Martin had pushed it behind. Barry sticking to Lewis. And Whitlow will go back to his goalkeeper. Well, he should have done. There's an opportunity here, but Whitlow makes amends. For the first time tonight, the Leicester defence getting themselves in a lot of trouble, but they get out of it well. And Lewis flying down that far side. The cross will come in. Roberts is there. Yes! And one more chunk taken out of that £300,000 as Ewan Roberts at the near post beats Nigel Martin. 21 minutes gone, Leicester City 1, Crystal Palace 0. Great challenge back from Speedy. Sets Joachim away, but Coleman will get there first. And they're more than aware of Joachim's speed. But full marks to the Palace defenders. They've coped with it well so far. Roberts. Speedy clips it forward. Philpott with the Palace defence. Richard Shaw in particular hesitating. Philpott didn't, got in the shot, but just fizzed wide. Again, good covering from Gordon. And Armstrong's onside. Williams, I should say. The shot comes in, it's in. Paul Williams gets the Palace equaliser. A long ball out of defence. Williams was clear on the far side. There was nobody within 20 yards of him as he burst forward and smashed it wide of Ward. Now what can they conjure up? Thompson, up with Roberts. Joachim, Agnew on the overlap. Can he get the cross in? He can, but it's a poor one. Oh! Roberts! Oh, brilliant save from Martin. The cross from Agnew, not a good one. Dreadful mistake by Coleman. Roberts from 6 yards out, and the goal at his mercy. And somehow Martin came from nowhere to make the save.
From a personal point of view, 3 games, 3 goals. You couldn't have wished for a better start.
No, I'm delighted. I'm delighted to have scored again tonight. It was a great run by Neil Lewis, and I've hit it. I've caught it quite well, and it's gone into the corner.
Now, 6 minutes to go in the second half. You must have thought you'd got the winner. Was it a miss, or was it a tremendous save from Nigel Martin, or a combination of both?
I think he made a great save, to be honest. I mean, I couldn't have hit it any harder if I tried. It was an instinctive save, and I mean that's why he's been in the England squad.
Now, you've got an immediate opportunity on Saturday, another home game, to get back in the thick of things.
Yeah, we've got Bristol City on Saturday, and we've just been looking at the tables, and if we win on Saturday we go second. So I mean, it's so close at the top. As I said, 1 win and you're up there again.
Thompson again finds Philpott, pokes it through to Lewis. Not a good ball from him. Agnew had made the run. Oh, Grayson decides to leave it. And that was dangerous because Allison was lurking behind. Wayne Allison might try a shot from there. He's got the space. Great shot and a superb save from Ward. Wayne Allison, the leading goal scorer for Bristol City this season with 9 goals. Made space for himself, hit it well. But Ward flew away to his right to bring it down. Good turn from Speedy. He's got Lewis on the far side. Great ball from Speedy. Just slightly overrun. Lewis turns it back in. Header! Oh, tremendous save! But Speedy gets the rebound. And Leicester go into the lead.
The Leicester City goal scorer was number 9, David Speedy.
And how fitting it was. Speedy started the move. A lovely ball to Lewis. The cross came in the middle. Speedy met it. Great save from Keith Welsh. Couldn't hold it. And Speedy, following it up, rammed it in the back of the net. Agnew spoils it. Tinian into Brown. Now Leicester have got something on here. Good ball. Turned inside to Joachim. Shot comes in. Oh, brilliant goal! Well, I don't believe it. The genius of Julian Joachim. And what a magnificent goal that was. From absolutely nothing, the ball found David Speedy into Joachim, who strode forward and from the edge of the box hit it with the outside of his right foot like a bullet into the bottom right hand corner. Hill, Oldfield wants it on the far side. Tremendous ball from Colin Hill. Oldfield out to Agnew, cross comes back in. Header! Yes! Number 3! David Speedy it is. His second goal of the afternoon. That's his 11th goal of the season. But really, full marks to Colin Hill. A magnificent ball from him. Fully 60 yards across the pitch. Oldfield laid it off to Agnew. His precise cross met by Speedy's head. And Keith Welsh positioning, perhaps leaving a little bit to be desired. Oh, a lovely little layoff from Thompson to Lewis. Agnew's going on a run. Lewis won't release it. And Bristol City have got a break on. Oh! Thompson finds Oldfield. Play on, said the referee. And the tackle's fairly crunching in at the moment. Oldfield again. Back with Thompson. Oh! Goodness me! Well, that shot from Steve Thompson, and he's grinning all over his face, must have been hit from 35, 40 yards, more in hope than anything else. And as Keith Welsh went down to pick it up, he obviously hit a divot, flew over Welsh's head, and he had to palm it onto the crossbar before he got it at the second attempt.
First half was a little bit like Wednesday. You dominated for a long period. You were only 1 goal ahead, and suddenly, right on the stroke of half time, a bit of magic from Julian.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the goal came at a very important time for us, and he just picked the ball up like he can, and he's cut inside and he's gone with pace. And for some reason, he's got this great gift with the outside of his right peg, and it's it's crept in the bottom corner for us and put us in a comfortable position, going 2-0 up at half time.
One thing you haven't been able to do of late, and that is field a settled side. How difficult has that been?
Yeah, I think it goes back quite a few weeks when we had a good run. I think the week before we played the Southend game when we won 3-0 at home. Up to that game, we'd had a very, very solid side, and the results were going for us. And then after that, we've had a few bad results, and there's been suspensions and injuries and flu bugs flying around the club, and it's been very difficult to get a settled team.
After 5 matches without a win, City had exploded back into life with a well-deserved victory. Back in 5th position, Brian Little's men were now 5 points behind leaders Tranmere Rovers, with the game still in hand. Unlike the previous season when Newcastle led from start to finish, this was a promotion race that was clearly wide open. And Leicester were proving they hadn't lost their desire to reach the big time after 2 successive Wembley playoff finals. Brian Little's new look lineup was paying dividends. The experience of David Speedy and the strength of newest recruit Ewan Roberts looked an impressive combination. Meanwhile, the rising star of Filbert Street is England youth international Julian Joachim. Joachim's undoubted talents have attracted a host of scouts from a number of the country's leading clubs. His skills have already graced the international stage in England's successful youth team. Experience in the World Youth Cup was followed by a starring role in a team that won the European Under-18 Championships. And his goals for Leicester already include a sparkling collection.
Joachim leading the breakout now for Leicester, and there are plenty in it. He's got Mills steaming over his shoulder. Uses him as the decoy, goes alone! That's just a brilliant goal by Julian Joachim. 18 years of age and the world at his feet.
Despite the attention his success has prompted, Joachim has shown no desire to abandon his Filbert Street roots. Instead, a new 4-year contract has confirmed his wish to share his bright future with Leicester City.
I'm loving every minute of it, and you know, I've just signed a new 4-year contract, so you know, I'm really happy about that.
The danger's still here as it's Oldfield swinging it back. Joachim, and Julian Joachim gets a second goal for Leicester City.
He scored a lot of goals last season. Do you feel that the fans are excited by what they've seen and perhaps there's more to come?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot more to come yet from me. Well, I hope so anyway. And I've not been at the top of my game this season so far, but hopefully I'm trying to improve on that and do my best for the club.
Good runs from midfield, it's Joachim. Logged the keeper, and it's in the back of the net, and Leicester have scored, and Joachim's pace has threatened that throughout the game. Android, surround there, Joachim! He scored a second goal for Julian Joachim.
Obviously, the club has gone so close to getting in the Premier League over the last 2 years. How important is it to you to finally get in the Premier League?
Well, very important really. You want to be in with the top players like in the English divisions so I think we've got a very good chance of going up this season, and hopefully I'll be in there playing against the best players like in England.
Smith driving that ball rather aimlessly upfield. Well, that's given away in a dangerous position as well, and this might give Walsh a chance to feed it into Joachim. Joachim scores! Beautifully taken.
Talking about the future, and one thinks of the progress of Julian Joachim. How conscious are you of trying to make sure he's not overexposed and not playing too many games?
Well, I think you know, you can't really look too far ahead and say how many games he should play or is going to play. You have a look at the person, and from week to week it's different. I mean, this week I've rested Julian in a couple of games. I left him out at Southend, but I played him against Bristol City, but decided at half-time he was tired, and decided it was an opportunity, looking at the game and thinking we were going to win it, to give him a breather. And I think in training this week, from that, he's looked a sharper person. It's hard to say what and when I'm going to play him and when I'm going to leave him. I mean, I chat to him from time to time. I look at him day to day. I listen to him around the ground, and I make decisions from a day-to-day basis, sort of thing. There is no master plan. I mean, basically, I know the lad inside out now. He's a good lad. He works very hard at his game. He wants to do well. But at the end of the day, I have to put him. I quite often put him ahead of how the team needs him, and long term. Julian's future is a major concern to me as a person, as his manager. I'd hate to think in years to come people accused me of being someone who burnt him out early doors. So I won't let that happen, and I have his interests very much at heart.
Well, we've had 5 goals, plenty of incidents in this game, and surely plenty to come as well. Dreadful miskick, and then a giveaway, and Joachim will surely make them pay the penalty for that. What a stupid goal for Watford to concede. So here goes Alex Dyer for Charlton, and a splendid winning tackle by Thompson releases Joachim. And we all know what he can do on the ball. He's so comfortable on it. Takes it back from Walsh. Surrounded by red shirts, but still works it away to David Lowe. Lowe's cross ball in. Looking for Walsh or Philpott. And then it'll fall here for Gary Mills. But the goal belongs to Joachim. Julian Joachim doesn't get many with his head. Walsh had tried to win it, so had Philpott. And then when it's played across again here, Joachim stretches those neck muscles and scores.
How about working with Brian Little? Has he been a big influence on your career so far?
Yeah, that's right. The boss has looked after me well, and you know, I really appreciate that from him. And
he knows all, you know, what's going all around and everything, and you know how to cope with everything, and you know he's done that for me really.
Stan Collymore, a lot of clubs fancying him, that's for sure, but he loses out this time, and it enables Walsh to push it into Thompson's path, and here comes Joachim. Terrific pace. He got away from them as though they weren't there. It's his second, it's Leicester's third.
Obviously, with a player like yourself attracting the headlines, there's always going to be other clubs coming in and expressing an interest. How do you react to the interest of people like Arsenal who come in and say, well, they'd like to sign Julian Joachim?
Well, I'm really just happy playing for Leicester City at the minute, and you know I'm not bothered about other Premier League sides or whoever they are.
It gives Leicester the chance to break forward again. Grayson getting it forward towards Joachim. Again he's turned Simons well, and suddenly Portsmouth are in trouble again as Joachim goes through. A fabulous finish for Leicester.
Inevitably, there will be a lot of interest from other big clubs who look at players like Julian Joachim. Do you feel he's best placed to develop his future here at Filbert Street?
Julian signed a 4-year contract with us, and along the line, again, whoever knows what happens in the future. At this moment in time, what we have for him is a great stage. If we get to the Premier League at the end of this season, then we have the right stage for him again. He's 19-year-old. You've seen in the past in professional football players moving, and the move doesn't work for them. I mean, you know, to say what the future holds, I don't really know at this moment in time. All I know is that we have the ideal platform for Julian Joachim's career at the moment. And whilst that is the case, then he will be here, and he's perfectly happy to be here.
Great service. Hey!
Positive thoughts about the future from City's hottest property. And the mood in the camp at Leicester is clearly a happy one all round. Enthusiasm on the training pitch paints a healthy picture. Brian Little and his first team coach John Gregory have kept the players hungry for success. Hopes for 1994 were rightly optimistic. The story continues in Volume 3.
Sweeps it in. Walsh gets it away. Thompson up to Joachim. Now this could be dangerous. 2 on 2. Millwall defenders streaming back. Joachim charging forward. Shot comes in. Oh, what a goal! That was out of the top draw.